Daredevil Born Again 6th episode picks up the pace after a slow and deliberately slow and different 5th episode. So let's talk about Muse. So at the end of the 4th episode of Daredevil Born Again, we saw Muse in action. He was draining blood, and he seems to have an underground lair that's going to come into play. I'll just put it that way. The last episode, the 5th episode between this episode we're reviewing and that episode, was a slower side story that develops Matt and a little bit more of the MCU. So in the 6th episode, we are back in Muse's lair as he starts to really, push his message out there and what he's doing. And what ends up happening is that Matt Murdock finally gets to understand what's been going on and that there's something more sinister happening in New York involving this individual. And he starts to, again, no spoilers, but he's getting that itch still to suit up, and it looks like Muse is going to push him to do it because nobody else is doing anything about him. Now, truth be told, again, this episode is another great one. It's just showing how versatile this series is, what they can do, and how after a slow episode and, picking up the pace from that, they can just get you right back in and get you straight back into what is Matt gonna do, when is he suiting up, and does he really feel the need for Daredevil to exist because he's been focusing on just being an attorney because he believes that the law will fix everything. You don't need to be a vigilante. But with Kingpin doing what he's doing, with Muse on the loose, with vigilantes not doing anything, with a lot of problems, there are now these questions that he needs to ask himself and be like, am I the actual answer? And then you combine this with the BB report and what she's doing and how that's a thing in this. You can see how they're pushing for him to do the thing, right? To suit up, to become Daredevil. And this episode is, I would say, the one that I think a lot of people are going to get excited by because that's what we're getting. We're getting to that point. And clearly by the end of the season, Daredevil is back. And this really sort of starts the last half of the season. We're there now. And it's going to be, the clock is ticking for the rest of the season, and Matt realizes he needs Daredevil. And that's where we're at. And this episode does a great job of getting us there. So, another stellar episode. No doubt, this is Marvel's peak series. Easily. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.